In this video, we will explain absolutely everything you need to know to travel to Japan. This is the definitive guide and the most complete video you will watch today about this destination, covering the complex logistics of the golden route between Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka, the secrets of Mount Fuji etiquette rules, and the best tips to save money. So let us get started. Japan is a powerhouse in Asia and a country of unique and fascinating contrasts. It is a place where the millennial tradition of Shinto shrines and Kyoto geishas blends harmoniously with the futuristic technology, robots, and vibrant neons of Tokyo. It is a country of extreme politeness where safety is absolute, the streets are impeccably clean, and the cuisine is considered an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. But before diving into the destinations, let us get to logistics, which is the most important and complex part of planning your trip. What is the best time to visit Japan? The country has 4 very well-defined seasons. The best time by far is spring from March to May and autumn from September to November. Spring is world famous for the sakura, the cherry blossom season that paints the country pink and usually happens in the last week of March and the first week of April. Autumn is famous for the koyo, when the leaves of the trees turn red and orange, creating spectacular scenery in the temples of Kyoto. Summer from June to August should be avoided if possible, as it is unbearably hot and humid, which makes walking on the street very tiring. Winter from December to February is cold, but the days are clear, and it is the best statistical time to see Mount Fuji without clouds. And how many days to stay in Japan? Japan is an extensive archipelago. The #1 mistake is trying to see everything in a week. To do the classic itinerary that we call the Golden Route, which includes Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka, the bare minimum we recommend is 10 to 12 full days. But the ideal to take it easy and include a day trip to Hiroshima or Nara is 15 days. If you want to explore the Japanese Alps or the Southern Islands, you need at least 20 days. Mandatory documentation for U.S. citizens. To enter Japan, you need to be aware of the current rules. First, your U.S. passport must be valid for the duration of your stay. The excellent news is that U.S. citizens are visa exempt for short-term stays of up to 90 days for tourism purposes. However, always check the updated rules with the consulate before boarding, as diplomatic rules can change. In addition, it is necessary to fill out the Immigration and Customs form, which can be done digitally through the Visit Japan website to speed up your entry at the airport by generating a QR code. And remembering travel insurance. Medical costs in Japan are among the highest in the world. The health system is excellent, but private for tourists, and a simple emergency consultation can cost thousands of dollars. We never travel without it. And in the link in the description, there is the comparator we use, which always finds insurance for half the price, comparing the best insurers on the market. We will leave the link in the description for you to guarantee this protection. Staying in a good region will make your trip much easier and less tiring. The strategy is to choose the right base in each main city to avoid long commutes. In Tokyo, the city is gigantic. The first option, and the most practical for logistics, is staying in the Shinjuku or Shibuya districts. The advantage is easy access to the circular Yamanote line that connects the entire city and the vibrant nightlife with restaurants open late. The disadvantage is that it is the most expensive area and rooms are smaller. A second, more economical and cultural option is Asakusa or Ueno. The advantage is being close to historical temples and having cheaper hotels. The ideal profile is someone seeking history and silence at night. In Kyoto, the best region for tourists is near Kyoto Station. The advantage is the ease of catching buses and trains to all temples. The second option is the Gion and Kawaramachi region. The advantage is the magical atmosphere of being in the heart of the old part, where you can see geishas and dine in traditional restaurants. The disadvantage is the high price. In Osaka, the best region by far is Namba, near the Dotonbori Bridge. This is where the famous nightlife neon lights and the best street food in the country are located. Staying here allows you to enjoy the night and walk back to the hotel. We created this personalized map that explains exactly which is the best region in each of these main cities. Staying in this marked area, you cannot go wrong. We will leave here on the screen QR code and in the video description the link to this exclusive map. We created them on the hotel site we always use, as it always has the best prices. Over there, you can already put your travel date and see all hotel options within this location for the lowest prices. We will also leave links to the hotels we have already stayed at. In all destinations, we always recommend one that is very cheap and super well located, and another that is a little better in the same location but a little more expensive. These are great options. An important tip to save on accommodation is the advanced strategy. Good hotels in Tokyo and Kyoto sell out months in advance, especially during cherry blossom season and in autumn. That is why we really like using this site. In addition to having the lowest prices, it has free cancellation with almost all hotels. You can book as soon as possible to guarantee a much lower price, and if you need to cancel later, it is super easy and at no cost. And remembering that in this link below, we always organize everything you need to set up your entire trip for the lowest price on a single page. The sites we use to build our trips, and that have everything much cheaper, such as the international eSIM cell phone chip, to have unlimited internet, which is essential in Japan, to use maps and translators. Discounted travel insurance tickets for all popular attractions like Disney and Universal. The good and cheap hotels we have already stayed at. And the global account to carry the local currency paying much lower exchange rates. And the links already contain automatic discounts because we are always updating them, so save this page in your favorites and use it when planning, as it will facilitate your trip a lot and make you save a lot of money. Now let us talk about transportation and how to get around Japan. To arrive, the main international airports are Narita and Haneda, serving Tokyo, and Kansai Airport, serving the Osaka and Kyoto region. To move between large cities, the best way by far is the bullet train known as Shinkansen. It is famous for being extremely fast, punctual, and comfortable. The trip from Tokyo to Kyoto, for example, takes about 2 hours and 15 minutes and costs about $100 one way. There is a rail pass for tourists called JR Pass that allows unlimited use of JR trains for 7, 14, or 21 days. However, the price has increased recently, costing about $350 for 7 days, so you need to calculate if it is worth it for your specific itinerary using an online calculator. To get around within cities, public transport is perfect. The subway and trains cover everything. The golden tip is to buy a rechargeable transport card called Suica or Pasmo right upon arrival, or add it to your phone. And the car. Do not rent a car to do the classic itinerary between Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka. It is the worst idea. Traffic is intense. Tolls are extremely expensive, and parking in cities is difficult and pricey. The car is essential only if you are exploring rural areas like the Japanese Alps, Hokkaido Island, or the Mount Fuji Five Lakes region with more freedom. For those renting a car in these specific regions, the most important tip is to book in advance online using a price comparator. We will leave the link to the comparator we use in the description. Now let us get to the main regions and detailed attractions. The first region is Tokyo, the futuristic capital. Attraction number 1 is Shibuya, crossing the busiest intersection on the planet. The tip is to go up to the paid Shibuya Sky observation deck at sunset to see the city light up. The ticket costs about $18 and sells out weeks in advance. Attraction number 2 is Senso-ji Temple in Asakusa, the oldest temple and the spiritual soul of the city. Arrive before 9 in the morning to avoid crowds on the Nakamai's Dori shopping street. Entry is free. Attraction number 3 is the Akihabara district, the center of otaku culture. Enter giant department stores like Yodobashi Camera and Sega buildings to see the games. The second region is Kyoto, the traditional heart. Attraction number 4 is the Fushimi Inari Shrine, famous for its thousands of red gates or torii that go up the mountain. The golden tip is to hike up to the middle of the mountain where the crowd disappears and you have the gates all to yourself. It is free and open 24 hours. Attraction number 5 is Kinkaku-ji Temple, the Golden Pavilion. The temple is covered in pure gold leaf and reflects in the lake. The ticket costs about $4. Attraction number 6 is the Arashiyama Bamboo Grove. Go at sunrise to get the perfect photo with no one around. The third region is Osaka, the kitchen of Japan. Attraction number 7 is the Dotonbori region at night. Walk along the canal, take a picture with the Glyco Man billboard, and eat lots of street food. It is an incredible and free sensory experience. The fourth region is Hiroshima and Miyajima. Attraction number 8 is the Peace Memorial Park and the Atomic Bomb Museum, an emotional visit that costs less than $2. From there, take a boat to Miyajima Island to see the Great Torii Gate floating in the sea, one of the most beautiful postcards of Japan. An important tip that will save you time and money is to buy tickets for attractions and tours in advance. On the spot, it is always more expensive, and the most famous sites like Universal Studios Japan in Osaka, Shibuya, Sky in Tokyo, and TeamLab Digital Art Museums sell out days or weeks before. We will leave in the QR code on the screen and in the description the link to the site where we always buy tickets and tours for the lowest price. It is the largest tour site in the world and has practically everything there. Tickets for Universal Studios to guarantee entry into the Super Nintendo World area, tickets for Tokyo Disney tickets to go up Tokyo Tower, and bullet train tickets. Everything for the lowest price, and you can buy in dollars, saving on international fees. Now let us go shopping. Japan is a shopper's paradise. The most famous and unmissable store is Don Quijote, nicknamed Donkey. These are multi-story buildings that sell everything from high-quality cosmetics and exotic-flavored Kit Kat sweets, like green tea and wasabi, to electronics and suitcases. Many open 24 hours. For electronics and cameras, go to Yodobashi Camera or Bic Camera in Akihabara. For clothes, the Uniqlo in Ginza has 12 floors and prices much lower than in the US. For handmade knives and kitchen items, go to Kappabashi Street in Tokyo. And the tax-free tip. Tourists can buy without the 10% consumption tax on purchases over 5,500 yen, about $35. Just present your physical passport when paying at the exclusive tax-free cashier. Speaking of gastronomy, Japanese food is very varied. You need to taste authentic sushi where the fish is much fresher. Try ramen, the noodle soup that is cheap, costing about $10. In Osaka, try okonomiyaki, which is a savory pancake made on the griddle in front of you, and takoyaki octopus balls, and of course Wagyu beef, the most tender and marbled meat in the world. For real restaurant suggestions, to save money, go to Ichiran Ramen, a famous chain where you eat in individual booths focused on flavor. The bowl costs about $10. For mid-price, go to conveyor belt sushi places like the Kura Sushi or Sushiro chains. Dishes arrive on an express train and cost starting from $1.50 each. It is fun and cheap. For a luxury experience, book a kaiseki dinner in Kyoto, which is a traditional banquet of several seasonal dishes. The cost can exceed $100 per person. And what to do at night? Japanese nightlife is safe and super fun. Start at an izakaya, which is a Japanese pub. In Tokyo, go to Omoide Yokocho in Shinjuku, a tight alley full of smoke and red lanterns serving skewers and beer. If you like partying, go to Roppongi, where international clubs are located. And end the night mandatorily at a karaoke. Rent a private room at the Big Echo or karaoke can chain, buy drinks and sing with your friends. It is the most Japanese experience possible. And with kids. Japan is a dream for families. Besides, safety theme parks are the best in the world. Tokyo Disney has 2 parks, Classic Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea, which is unique in the world and ocean-themed. In Osaka, Universal Studios Japan has the Super Nintendo World area, where you enter the Mario game and the Harry Potter area. Tickets cost about $80. In Tokyo, there is also Teamlab Planets, a museum where you walk barefoot in water and lights, kids love it. And to combine your trip, Japan is an archipelago, but it is close to other incredible destinations in Asia. From Tokyo or Osaka, you can take a short 2-hour flight and be in Seoul, South Korea, to eat Korean barbecue and shop for skincare. Another common combination is with Taiwan, which is about a 3-hour flight from the southern islands and has an amazing food culture. If you liked this complete and deep guide, like the video and subscribe to our channel to travel more and better around the world. Thank you very much and have a safe trip.